Hey everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. So it's time now to spline and polish this part of the blocking plus, okay, that we did last time. And so the goal is going to be as usual, try to work as fast as possible. This time I really try to work without, doing any editing cut, just to show you how fast we can really, push our speed, right? So first of all, first things I want to do definitely is go and spline everything. Okay, we're going to go uh, from spline to FK, right? Make sure there is everything so far it's working. There is nothing that we miss. We didn't miss any controller and anything. And definitely the second part is let me go here, go in proxy, so I can have a better view here of what we are doing. Make sure I select those controller, right? Okay, we can select these three controller as well, because now we're gonna adjust the timing a little bit. And so the things that I wanna do is, right, this one as well. I wanna start to adjust the timing, all right, guys? Because at the end of the day, we try to do our best when we go in step mode, but it's always a bit different when we go to spline, right? So maybe the part that I really wanna see if I can adjust it or improve it is really this part here. Really see maybe this section over here, all right? From here to here, and see how we can test that part, all right? So, for example, we can try to make this part a little bit shorter here as well. I think we don't need that many frames, right? Okay. Let's make it a little bit snappier, which I like it. And then here, yeah, definitely maybe here I want to try to push this one frame to make it even more snappier. Boom. Here again, I want to push one frame here. Boom. All right. Boom, boom. And definitely, obviously, it's still lacking a bit of polish and everything, but I feel like we can adjust this part at the very end. Maybe here, if you really want to slow down here the last part, we can just give it a bit more of time. Right? So it shouldn't take very long. Okay, so just as you can see, just about tweaking like a few frames here and there. All right, guys. Now, the first things definitely I want to do is I'm not gonna worry too much about now this word that is doing this, right? We're gonna fix it later, right? And so what I wanna do instead, I wanna start to work on this first 24 frame, right? And I'm gonna go one by one, each different part, okay? And as usual, what I can do now, for example, I wanna isolate the ball arm, right? Oops, let me make sure I just hide everything here, guys. And the head at the moment, I'm not really interested, right? So just want to focus on this section. All right, and so let me turn off the reference again one more time. Let me go here, image plane, right? And we're gonna see first of all this part over here. Right, you see there is a bit of a problem here in the up and down and in the arc. So what we want to do is start to work on this section over here. Even a small movement, right? I think it's important to make it really clean and nice, right? And now I want to adjust a little bit more. I want to exaggerate a bit more the up and down here, right? Okay, so let's see here, we can work a little bit more on the acceleration, deceleration, right? Push it back. And here it's fine that it's pushing higher. That's good. The only issue is that here I feel like I kept way too low, right? So I think it's nice to continue the up movement in this direction. And here slowly started to go down, right? Maybe here a little bit more behind. So here I need to start it to transition a bit better, right? And obviously it's not just about the arc. At the end of the day, we need to take a look things in perspective, right? We wanna check the, see here, we wanna start to go to the other foot. And here, what you wanna do, wanna make sure we support the weight on the other leg, right? And also from here, you kind of wanna make sure it's all clean, right? So guys, it's always important to, okay? Maybe here we can adjust it a little bit more. And then what we can do going here, I'm gonna go in the graph editor, removing this. One more time is, we're gonna go in the graph editor and take a look what's going on, right? This time I wanna hide the reference, so the play plus can be basically real time, right? So here, I'm not too worried about too much now the stretch of the leg. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that things, but I really wanna push the easy in, easy out of the body, all right? And experiment with this part a little bit more. See here it's moving forward, and these two, for example, I can just delete them, right? This is the part where, you know, I can adjust here. So if here I'm accelerating, you want to continue the acceleration actually, right? You don't want to stay suddenly slowing down too much. A little bit can be fine, right? Okay, so it's not fully linear, your animation, okay? Boom. Right, we did that one. And same here again. Time to clean this part over here. And maybe having a bit of anticipation on the opposite side. And here we can reduce it and again adjust a bit more here. Actually, now maybe push it this direction, right? Okay, cool. And now what we're gonna do is to work on the rotation, right? So we want to make sure maybe here. Okay, we have a nice easy in. Just reducing it a bit too much. Here again, maybe we want to keep it in the same direction, right? I don't see why I want to keep it forward and then flip it to the opposite side. Okay. Here I want to just adjust it a bit better. Okay, here we want to push it maybe a little bit more down for a better line of action and see what's going on here. Because you see now the axe is stripping here this direction. So I think it's okay to keep it like this. Okay. Right? And now we take a look at the rotation. This is also another important things. Right, so we go here, we hold it back a little bit, and see, we want to adjust this part over here. This part here, then where you want to start it to slow down, right? All right. And then maybe you can adjust this part here at the end. Okay. Boom. Things over here. This one we can remove it, or maybe if you wanna do this. Sorry, yeah, push this direction, and maybe here we need to continue, this way. Right. Boom here, and again maybe here needs to. More. And here we can just push it. Right? So we don't have any weird noise that is not intended, of course, right? Now that we adjust more or less the this one, maybe another thing we can try. Sometimes I want to just experiment a little bit, say how would it be if I push this moment even more, right? Boom. Okay, very little anticipation, right? And so what I would like to do now that this is adjusted, first of all, I want to, clean again the hip and make sure I animate it properly. So when I say animate it properly, in this case, I want to have the hip kind of supporting the weight on this leg, right? Because now this leg is going to lift, right? And I want to make sure the weight it's here, right? The hip needs to support that one. Okay, so see, something I forgot during the blocking, but we can do it now. All right. And then maybe here started to go to the opposite side, right? And the other things you can do, the one the body is going down here, right? We can push this one a little bit forward, just having a bit of compression, right? Boom, boom. And then push it back here, right? And obviously, same things here. We're gonna go in the graph editor and first of all adjust the rotation Z, right? See here we made a mistake, we should have kept it higher here, right? And for this one, same things here, right? Adjust it a little bit more. And here there is, look like there is not much. Okay. Now for a moment, I just want to focus on the leg, right? So I'm gonna hide the torso. I'm just gonna hide. Okay, let's see this way. Boom. Okay, so let me start with this foot over here, and I want to study. Sometimes I want to go from the reference and really study what is going on, right? In case I miss something, right? So it looked like to me that I should have moved this feet sooner in this position. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do is the rotation is gonna be this one. Okay, I should have, yeah, basically here I should have hold this one. Oh, something is not right. Let me see, did I miss something here? Okay, yes, absolutely. I was looking at the wrong. Okay, yes, until here. Basically, a bit of anticipation here, but basically this one is to push down. Okay, and stay in this position. Right? And I like also how you kind of raise the heel a little bit. Okay, so we can do something similar. And go back here and slowly raising it. Okay, here is too much, for example, so it should be still maybe here a bit higher. Okay. See, it's doing this little movement here. And what we can do also here, we can have a little bit of compression, okay, and having it maybe a bit too much, I've done it, and pushing it down. See, boom, and doing this. Very nice. All right. Okay, and here we are doing the okay, we are doing this movement here. Boom. And let me one more time take a look at the rotation. Let's see if maybe instead of holding it, because now that we adjust the timing, now maybe it's easier just to do this. Obviously, we always want to go back and hide the reference. Okay, if it feels better, okay, it flows a little bit better. And here maybe a bit of foot roll as well. Okay, just to keep it. Okay, go in this direction. Hopla. See, level adjustment, okay, on the compression. And the other things I want to do now, obviously, it's taking a look at the knee. All right, so I want to really go frame by frame. I want to make sure that the knees is anticipating a little bit. Okay, and there is no any weird involuntary pop that I don't want. So for example, here I want to continue to be straighter. Okay. Okay, so for example, this one needs to be this direction. Oops. Okay, and keeping pushing that direction and easing it out here. Right? Boom. Very nice and clean. So now I'm gonna do the same here on the other foot, right? See, there is a bit of compression here, which is nice. But here, when I'm started to moving again, maybe I need to compress it one more time again on the foot roll. And then here you kind of want to just blend it, right? Boom, see, a little compression. I don't know if I have anything else here. This is the two. I want to move it kind of twisted on the salaries, but I think this rig doesn't have anything. No, because this is kind of following whatever is going on, right? So there is not much more I think that we can do here. But what I can do is to take a look at the trajectory again for this one. And maybe here I started to push a little bit higher. All right. Maybe here slightly behind. Maybe here, yeah, we need to adjust this one, I feel like. Okay. a bit better. We have the acceleration here in the middle, right? We have this acceleration, and then we have the deceleration here, right? And so what I want to go as usual in perspective, I want to take a look at this, right? So I say I want to go and adjust, right? Boom. And that's maybe a little bit open up here, and here it should start to go back. As you can see, there is some problem. Maybe here we can even push it, right? And start with another key. Okay. Now I want to make sure the jump, the fit doesn't go too high. Okay. And same things here. I'm gonna go in animation, delete this one because I wanna make sure everything is nice and clean. Save one more time. And adjusting this part over here. I really don't want to miss anything, and so maybe here I can just exaggerate this part over here. So see here, I cannot just go and do this because I will overstretch it. So maybe I can just adjust this part a bit more, right? And same things over here. Now I have to be a bit mindful about this spacing, right? The rest of it seems to be quite good. This one we can just go ahead and delete it. See, the acceleration is this one. This is the fast part. So you want to have a gradual acceleration and then deceleration, right? And so now we want to take a look at the rotation, right? Obviously we start with this one. So we are going here, and then here maybe. It's always a bit tricky stuff like this because, see, boom. Yeah, maybe you can hold it, dragging behind a little bit more, right? And here, obviously, there is something that is not working, right? This one we need to bend it and maybe more like this. Okay, we need to adjust this one, and same things here. Okay, we can just clean it up. Right, and then we do the same things here, like, okay, maybe you can hold it back. Okay, push about one frame, yeah, holding it here, and then go with the heel on the ground. Boom. Okay, it's very nice. And here I don't see any major issue here. Okay, we can just go and clean up. Maybe only here. No, I think it's nice because I wanna see the lower part of the feet. I think it's nice. There you go. Now same things for this one. Let me go in camera view, and again I wanna make sure that this is go a little bit early. All right. Straight like this. Push. Okay. So very little. I want to have this knee basically anticipating. Okay, opening a bit more. Look like to me everything is good. Beside the fact that here it's just gonna overstretching the leg. So okay, we can very easily adjust in here. Okay, about one frame to boom. Right, boom. Very nice and smooth. So, see guys, we are cleaning everything. Time, and now we're gonna go again. We're gonna go back to the spine now, and the head this time. all right? So it looked like to me that there is no not a lot of things to do here for the spine. Mostly it's gonna be a little bit of compression mostly, and yeah, the arc is there. Everything seems more or less fine. So I just wanna, even though when I do stuff like this, guys, I just wanna go here and the graph failure, even everything seems good. Maybe that's just me being a bit too picky, but I wanna make sure there is no any funny business. Okay, right. All these micro movement, for example, I can just delete them, right? And same things here. A bit of, I want to continue the movement a little bit, and then I'm gonna kind of do the same, right? Just clean up a little bit. Right, same things here. See, I want to continue the movement, and I'm not sure why I can't animate it here. Sometimes when you do blocking in you might do a little mistake as well. Here is the compression, so it's fine. And then we're gonna look at here. Yeah, also here, maybe I wanna continue, right? And here I'm gonna adjust as well. So now that more or less I'm okay with the spine here, other things I can do, I can have a bit of compression here. Right? Let me reopen this one. Sorry, guys. Okay. See, like a little compression here. Nothing too crazy, right? But just I like to make the spine feel like a bit more organic, right? It helps to make the spine to look very less stiff, right? Because you guys have to understand is that in 3D animation, when you have this rig that they're not super realistic, they don't have muscle simulation and everything, the geometry tend to be very very stiff, right? Even when we try our best with overlapping, squash and stretch and stuff like that. So a bit of extra squash and stretch can help to make things a bit more organic, right? See a little bit of compression here and there, right? Right. And so let me watch one more time, guys. Maybe the only thing I'm not really convinced is the trajectory of the chest. Okay, so what I can do is to, yeah, exactly, this is like it's going back and forth. So what I can do, I can adjust a little bit with this one. Okay. Okay. I can reduce here. Okay. And clean this up. Okay. I'm gonna clean the arc over here. See, I'm very mindful, guys, about those things because I want to make sure that the animation looks super nice. Okay. Here, for example, is good, but here, okay. Okay, just pushing it a bit more down. See here, okay. Okay, and I'm just adjusting it a little bit here, pushing a bit back, and here pushing down. See, very nice and clean. Boom. Right, and all very nice and clean now. Right, boom. Clean up this part as well. And I'm gonna delete this one. Go back over here. Now the things that I want to do now for the head, I want to go back to the reference and I want to check the eye direction and everything, okay, on the head. Okay, so here, for example, I can keep it up, right? A little bit more. Now because I exaggerate some of the movement, so I need to counterbalance a little bit the head. Okay, and boom. Okay, started to maybe here a little bit started to anticipate this movement. Okay, push in this direction. Okay, pushing here. Really anticipate this other direction here. Okay, so you wanna really push it. Right. Make sure it feels all good. Boom. Very nice. Okay. Another little things that I wanna do, I forgot in the spine. So sometimes it's nice to have this controller because it lets you adjust a little bit the spine on the side. Okay? And sometimes it's nice to have a bit of extra motion. Okay. Boom. See, having nice here. And here we can just delete it. Right? So then here in this part when it's moving really fast, you're not gonna notice it. But at least in that first section, see having the next, if I go really slow, right? See the extra bomb. Look how the spine start to feel a lot more organic, right? Boom. Okay. Now let me go here. We don't need at the moment the leg, but we need the arm. All right. What I want to do first for something like this, I want to really feel like that the weight on the sword. All right, guys. And then when I was looking at the reference, I noticed that the sword is kind of sliding, so it doesn't look like to me that the sword is kind of staying on the ground, right? Maybe the actor was just faking it and everything. So maybe what I want to do is kind of faking it by myself, right? So try to adjust the rotation. See what I'm trying to do, guys. Let me hide the reference. Is to keep this lock, right? The part of the tip really lock compared to the previous frame, right? And same things here. Okay. See, look like it's a bit more locked. Definitely a lot better than before, even though if it's not perfect, it's still good, I would say. Right? I see it started to feel a lot more long. There you go. Very quickly. Boom. Maybe here, if it's going here, then maybe it needs to continue push this way. Okay. Right. So first things what we want to do, guys, is make sure the arc of this object it's done properly. Okay, here is very little, it's not gonna be noticeable, right? Maybe here we wanna adjust it a little bit. Okay. Okay, we wanna adjust whatever is going on here. Right, we wanna keep it here, maybe a bit more inside, right? Then we're gonna think about later about the arc, all right? And we need to push this part over here. Right? And go also to the other side. And here we need to exaggerate. Right? Maybe here we need to push back a little bit more. And see here, we want to adjust the arc. Maybe here, pushing down, and then going back up. All right? So we're gonna go and clean this. All right, let's go back in here. Boom. Yeah, maybe this one just needs to be a bit further back. And we want to take a look at the elbow. What is this? Yeah, the elbow. We want to take a look. Okay, so the elbow can be stable a little bit behind here, right? And then it can open up this direction. Or maybe not. I made a mistake. Maybe here it needs to be open. Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Open, and here it can be a little bit closer, right? Just a bit of nice clean movement. And then the other things I want to do is, let me go here, and I want to create a locator and track the rotation of the sword, right? And so I'm gonna create a rigging allocator, show the locator. Oops, too big. Here in perspective, let me try more or less align. It doesn't need to be pixel perfect, but something like this should be good enough. All right, and parent to this one, and it didn't work. The parent, something went wrong. Maybe parenting to parenting to this object over here. All right. All right, so it's working properly. Let me again save, go in Windows, sorry, animation key, and bake simulation, right? And now I can go here in animation and create the arc. Start to take a look at the visibility, right? And I can go and clean these things a little bit, right? I can go here, camera, and yeah, I want to go and adjust this, but it doesn't look too bad actually. Look like it's gonna, maybe because the blocking was already good enough. Okay, maybe we can just take a look in perspective. All right, and here, yeah, maybe here what we need to do is, yeah, that's the part here we want to modify a little bit. All right. Okay, drop it down. Okay, see, very, very nice and clean, more or less. More or less. Okay, open up the arc like this. Okay, something like that. Okay, don't worry about this word you see over there, it's gonna be hidden later, right? Here, animation. Right, let's go and check in. Okay, so now we need to go and take a look at this part over here. So what I want, actually, even for the clavicle, I think maybe we can kind of anticipate and compress a little bit uh, some of the movement, right? Boom, boom, push it, compress the clavicle, make it feel right. It's getting there. Let's see what happens if I did here. Maybe a bit too much. Okay, and this part is not really visible anymore. All right. Right. So having a bit of compression on the clavicle feels always nice. Now, for example, I noticed that the head, it looked like kind of going down a bit too much. Okay, just fix it. Until here is good. Now what I wanna, yeah, I wanna do this one. I wanna go here. The other sword, this one over here, I think it's being adjusted more or less. So what we need in this case, to see the arc of the hand between the switching IK FK, you can do this, okay, because it's important that we adjust the arc, right? And so we can track, we can first of all save. Again, we can bake the animation over there, right? Okay, bake simulation, because I don't think I'm gonna use that controller for this part of the animation, so I can easily bake it. And see the trajectory that I want to make sure it's clean and smooth, right? And until here, it seems to be. Maybe here we can push it down. Here I need to adjust a little bit this. Need to adjust 1, 2, and 3. Maybe here a little bit as well. Here maybe we want to have it. I'm gonna film most of the trajectory of the hand, and then I'm gonna fix the sword, right? So I wanna adjust this one. And obviously make sure going in camera it feels properly done. Here maybe I can just push it. Okay. All right. So see, now the movement of the arm is nice even when we switch between IK and FK. All right. So that's the main things, right? And so now what I want to do is to adjust here. I have to remember how I did it here. Okay, here I think I use this controller. Very little you can start it to okay, you need to adjusting a little bit. Okay. And pushing back. Here make sure it's not visible and everything, right? And here obviously we want to make sure this one comes really from here. All right. And obviously we can readjust the hand later. All right. You want to fix this part over here, right? You want to make sure it's and then boom. Okay, drag it a little bit more. Boom, there you go. Seems coming out really nice, clean, and smooth, right? Now also another thing, see, the more I watch it at the end of the day, the more I want to clean things up. See, I want this elbow pushing up. All right, boom. Here you go. This first part of the polish, it took me longer than I expected, but you know, we want to make sure things are done properly, guys. All right, so we can see everything, right? So let me remove the locator. Let me remove everything else. Okay, but this first part, now we managed to polish, adjust the timing, and make it really nice. And now we need to do the second part. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoy as usual, and see you next time. Ciao, guys.